Hey, if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell, just like this. All right. So, just another quick video with another one of my rarest comic books in my collection. And this one is actually the one on the left, Amazing Spider-Man 145 uh, from 1975. I have 175 and 176 together because it's kind of a part one, part two story. Both of them are low numbers, but we'll see. Um, we'll see how this one made the list. All right. So, well, yeah, it's another rare comic book. I'm trying to, as I do these videos, keep the issues close. I don't want to go back and forth like too far from one unit to another, one issue to another. So I've been going through 151, 148, 146 actually. It's pretty rare too. I think it's about 27 in 9.8 or something like that. Again, as usual, if you've seen these videos before, I put all the information, all the data here on the side so you can see because my memory is not the best. But both of them are pretty low numbers in 9.8, but the 145 is actually lower. I think it's 24 copies in 9.8. The other one is 27, so it's not that far behind. So I decided to just do this video together. They're basically part one and part two of the same story, involving basically the Gwen Stacy clone and Scorpion as the main guy on this one. There's other parallels to some other things going on, but it's mainly the Scorpion and the Gwen Stacy story here, or Gwen Stacy clone. And that's how this starts. 145 basically starts with him seeing Gwen Stacy back and being shocked and overreacting to it. And I'll put some of the pictures here on the side so you can see, can show better than I can explain. But then it also ties in with Scorpion getting out of jail or prison or whatever. And funny enough, he gets his costume back and everything. And I guess it's no surprise he goes back to a life of crime and robbing a bank. And I understand, yeah, he fights the Scorpion and goes back and forth. And but then the parallel on this story is that it's the struggle with Peter and Spider-Man dealing with Gwen Stacy being back supposedly. And it's actually a pretty interesting story. I know some people don't like the whole clone thing, but I kind of like on this ones. It's pretty interesting. Um, and then maybe for the time was even more, this whole cloning thing back in the 70s is probably even more interesting back then. Sometimes when we read things now, we read with information we have now, but back then, I'm not sure if it had probably had an even more bigger impact on the reader, I guess, as far as how interesting these stories were. But yeah, well, actually, let me show the cover. I skipped that part. Let's start here. It's another Cool cover, 1975. Conway story. As you can see, Gwen Stacy clone appearance. And we go. Scorpion stings but once. Pretty cool cover. And that's the part about Gwen Stacy. So yeah, going back here to the story. So yeah, it goes back and forth. At the end, it's kind of interesting because Spider-Man starts to really suspect. She's not real. The old Stacy is buried still in the cemetery or whatever. But then he's told, "Oh no, we check her fingerprints and everything. That's the real Gwen Stacy." And then he continues. That's the end of 145, and it goes to 146, where that story continues to develop. As I said, as far as price, it's kind of hard to tell, and again, I'll put the information here on the side. Both issues are pretty expensive, mainly, especially in 9.8. I mean, those copies you can find like lower grades pretty inexpensive. And if you're a Spider-Man fan, I suggest you get them. But if you're like high grade copies, it can get a little bit expensive, especially if you're buying them right now. But again, it's not like they're making new ones of those books anymore, so it is what it is. There may be in the future a few more 9.8. Somebody may have not graded yet their copies, and they may get a 9.8, but I don't foresee that many more. And it's pretty low numbers, and that seems to be a trend with this time frame. Around a lot of the 9.8s, they're limited to like 20 to 30 or so. Like 148, Spider-Man 148 was pretty low too. Even 149 here, which is kind of the conclusion of this whole clone thing, which is really nice copy. And that one is more in demand. Unfortunately, it did not make my list. First appearance of the Spider-Man clone. So that has that in addition. But I didn't make a video especially for that one because it didn't fall into my, I guess, Rarest book parameters here. I think there's a lot more 9.8 of that 149 than we have on 145. And I'm trying to keep like around 20 or so, maybe mid 20s or close to 30, but above 30 I'm not really including here unless it's something really special that I need to mention. But yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do next. I'm going to continue. I think, I don't know, 143 and 144, the ones before this ones, are pretty rare as well. So I'll check on CGC. As far as pricing, you can check it here, but like I said, the prices fluctuate. And one of the reasons I do these videos is for my future reference. One, that I got to have these books for a while. I don't know how long I'm going to have them. So I want to kind of record it for a future, that I had these books at one time in my life, I guess. And also record the price and the CGC data. So I want to look at it, years from now, I can see how things changed. So again, not to make this video too long. If you have any questions or comments, let me know as usual. Hope you like this one. And I'll continue this series and sharing some of my coolest books with you guys. If there's anything you guys want to see specifically, let me know and I'll focus on that book. But that's it for now. Thank you.